Hidden high in the Peruvian Andes, there resides an ancient civilization who carved step terraces into the mountains. A marvel of engineering that can't be replicated even by modern science. Today, we ask ourselves, how did the Incan civilization produce such marvels? What hidden insights can we glean from studying these ancient architects? And could it be that their civilization didn't collapse, but rather escaped into the stars? Find out in today's Civilization Spotlight for multiplayer Civ 6 with a better balanced game mod. Only on the Herson channel. Our story starts in the ancient era. We are Pachacuti, leader of the Incan Empire. Our first order of business, getting a terrace farm built ASAP. While other civilizations prefer to open the game by building 2 scouts right away, the Incans prefer a builder opener. With scouts being a major source of era score in the ancient era, this may lead to concerns that we'll miss our first golden age. Fret not, however, as Pachacuti, we have access to 2 ancient era unique improvements, both of which grant 4 era score each when we first construct them. With these, our first golden age is all but assured in every game. In this game, we only have room for a single strong terrace farm early on. Therefore, we need to research a technology which will give our builder something to spend the remaining charges on. Ideally, we want to prioritize improving our luxury resources, but as our only luxes require plantations, we can't improve them with just one technology. Therefore, we go mining in order to unlock the ability to build quarries. After the builder completes, we queue up a scout followed by 2 settlers in a row. As we're moving our first settler, a volcano erupts to our north, giving us the perfect location to settle our second city. We elect to save the final charge on our initial builder and send it alongside our first settler so that it can build a terrace farm on this fertile land and jumpstart our second city. The fact that this river follows along the volcano is extremely fortunate. Terrace farms gain +1 production simply for being adjacent to fresh water. You've likely already noticed our choice of pantheon in this game, Fire Goddess. Obviously, this is a highly situational pick. Inca doesn't particularly need any one pantheon, so our choice will always depend on what resources we have available. If not for this volcanic eruption, we would have chosen stone circles instead and simply improved all of the stone tiles in our capital's vicinity. However, that would have come with the drawback of not being able to harvest that stone for instant bursts of production later, something that we kind of want to do, as our stone is overlapping with where we'd want to build our terrace farms. For our third city, we send our settler east so that we can settle next to the 3-2 spices tile. While conventional wisdom tells us not to settle our early cities too far apart, this is an exceptional city location. In addition to excellent tile yields and access to a luxury resource we don't have yet, this city also has a flat desert tile available upon which we can build the pyramids. It's too good to pass up. Another piece of conventional wisdom we disregard in this game is building commercial hubs as our first districts. In this game, our cities have so much food in production that we're able to finish a monument and a campus in both our capital and second city super early, while still having our second city grow to 4 population fast enough to unlock a second district slot and place down a discounted commercial hub afterwards. What is district discounting, you ask? Go fuck yourself. Here's a screenshot from the wiki explaining it. After finishing our campuses, we produce a settler in both our capital and second city simultaneously with the colonization policy card active to round out our start with the 5-city opener. The era rolls over shortly afterwards, and we choose the Golden Age dedication Pen, Brush, and Voice for some extra culture. Our general game plan here will be a traditional internal trade route opener centered around the Governor Magnus, supported by Inca's inherent bonus food yield on internal trade routes. Our second governor choice would typically be Moksha 2 for some extra culture, but seeing as we've settled our second city on top of an active volcano, we elect to instead go for Liang with our left side promotion. This not only grants 1 extra production on all of the volcanic soil, it also prevents eruptions from pillaging our tile improvements. We also notice that the first great scientist up for grabs this game is Hypatia, the best of the classical era scientists. As we open the game with 2 campuses, we're already at 13 out of the 30 points we need to recruit her, with us earning 2 scientist points per turn passively. So, how many turns will it take to recruit her? That's right, 1 turn. We run a research grants project for a single turn in our second city to earn a burst of great scientist points and secure Hypatia. We go for the audience chamber as our first government plaza building. As the Inca, all of our cities are going to become pretty populous, so playing for a tall empire with a limited number of cities is the only way we'll be able to maintain high amenities, which is important for the yield multipliers provided by keeping our citizens happy. Audience chamber suits this game plan. In keeping with the theme of maximizing amenities, we'll be rushing for the Colosseum in this game. Thanks to our terrace farm, our capital has already reached the 7 population threshold necessary to place down the prerequisite entertainment complex, and we have the necessary production to beat most civs in a race for this wonder. With the Colosseum, we'll be able to keep our people happy, preventing our civilization from falling into anarchy like Poland inexplicably already has. Concurrently with the Colosseum, we also build the pyramids in our eastern city. In order to rush the Colosseum faster, we use some builders to chop our nearby features, benefiting from the Governor Magnus's 50% extra yields on chops. And on turn 41, we managed to secure the 2 best early world wonders in the game. Now we're really set up for success. As per usual, we'll be spamming a ton of builders everywhere upon reaching the feudalism civic so that we can use the serfdom policy card to get extra build charges on them. As we have the pyramids, all of these builders will have a whopping 6 build charges, and we're able to quickly start chopping and improving every tile in our empire. One thing worth bringing to attention is the 2 holy sites we've placed down. Religion is entirely optional on Inca, and in most games, we'd skip founding one entirely. However, in this game, we chose the Fire Goddess Pantheon, meaning we have a lot of faith and nothing to spend it on. Founding a religion gives us the perfect faith sink, Jesuit education. With this belief, we can put our spare faith to use buying campus and theater square buildings. Speaking of theater squares, we just got 2 wonders, so we might as well place some. First, however, we pump out 2 more settlers. We can't stay on 5 cities forever, after all. When settling these 2 cities, we leave a little bit of breathing room between them and our core cities. Our Incan bonuses mean our cities are going to reach very high populations, so we need to make sure that the borders for our cities don't overlap too much so that they don't end up running out of workable tiles. The lobby is apparently sleeping on all of the great writers, so we start running theater square festivals to claim them. It's important to note that the first 5 great writers that will be offered in the classical era all cost a mere 30 great writer points, making them considerably cheaper than those that will follow. This doesn't mean that we're going for a culture victory. In the Better Balanced Game mod, each great work of writing grants 4 culture per turn, and extra culture at this good of a bargain is useful when pursuing any win condition. The game rolls over to the medieval era, and we choose Free Inquiry as our Golden Age dedication. The newest patch of BBG actually nerfs this dedication from 10% to 5% extra progress on Eurekas, so nowadays it's back to being a toss-up between going for this versus pen, brush, and voice second. In this game, however, our culture is already excellent thanks to all the writers we claimed, so we'd rather take the dedication that grants science to round out our stats. What follows is the typical mid-game development. We build a campus in nearly every city and fill them up with universities, made easier thanks to our Jesuit education belief letting us faith-buy campus buildings. We managed to come out on top in the scramble to get the Renaissance-era great scientists, securing Ibn Khaldun, the best of the lot. Thanks to the Colosseum, all of our cities have been ecstatic all game, so the 40% increased yields from happiness that this science grants are extremely valuable. As per usual, we rush for the industrialization technology to get some factories up, as well as for the additional 1 production the tech grants to every mine in our empire. We're neck and neck with China this game in terms of technologies completed, and both of us have enough science to reach the soft cap of completing 1 tech per turn. As a result, the player who gets their hands on Oxford University will secure a clear lead in the race for science victory. Unfortunately for us, however, Oxford University needs to be placed on a flat tile next to a campus, and we literally don't have a single legal tile for it in our entire empire. Wait a minute, we don't even have a spare flat tile upon which to place a spaceport in either of our 2 largest cities. That's it, we're choosing violence today. Come to think of it, this pause was only supposed to be for a 10-minute break. Per CPL rules, every 2 hours after the start of the game, a 10-minute break can be called. Failure to return before the 11th minute rolls around gives the host leeway to kick the offending player and rule as a quit, and we're the host. 8 of the 9 remaining players have indicated that they're here. Let's see who the rapscallion is that's making us wait. Oh, it's Canuck Soldier, founder of CPL and current head admin. Perhaps letting a break last for 11 minutes instead of 10 is fine every once in a while. We wait for him to return and then unpause. So, what were we gonna do again? Oh yeah, we were gonna war someone. Before we start building the units needed to throw our temper tantrum, however, we're able to secure 3 more wonders. Potato Palace for an extra diplomatic policy card slot.
Nice.
The University of Sankor, which, I should mention, is actually good in the Better Balanced Game mod, and the Kilwa Kisiwani, which we take advantage of by becoming suzerain of 2 brown CS for a 15% boost to producing buildings and districts empire-wide. At last, the time has come to start producing units. This game seems like it'll be going the distance, so we grab the chemistry technology to unlock research labs in order to keep our 1 tech per turn pace going before we start rushing along the bottom of the tech tree to unlock tanks. Just as planned, we start killing our way through Cree and enter the fascism government. Poundmaker, however, is not our primary target. The one we want to kill is the one who is responsible for getting us into this position, the founder of CPL, Canuck Soldier. If it weren't for him creating the world's largest multiplayer Civ community, we wouldn't have to worry about things like leaving flat tiles open to build spaceports in our core cities. Evidently, it seems like we're not the only one with this idea. To the east, Gran Colombia is also invading our dear head admin, and we end up meeting in the middle as we jointly devour the man. We realize that, instead of fighting each other for second place while China goes to space, we can simply gang up on him and then flip a coin for first. We're also on the cusp of getting a sub-turn 100 giant death robot that'll make for the perfect footage for the intro to the Civ Spotlight, as we have the gold required to buy one and merely need 2 more techs. All that's needed to get our hands on one is to trigger the guidance system Eureka by killing a fighter, and fortunately for us, there's one right there. Yeah, I'm fine to take second, just let me out of the game. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to check out the Civ Spotlight playlist on my channel. Remember to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Herson, signing out.